The world is not running out of intelligence. In fact, we are in the midst of an unprecedented explosion of it. Every day, new artificial intelligence models are born, capable of composing music, designing drugs, and solving problems that were once the exclusive domain of the human mind. This digital renaissance promises to reshape our civilization, to unlock new frontiers of science, and to redefine what is possible. We have an abundance of brilliant ideas, groundbreaking algorithms, and visionary data scientists. But an idea, no matter how brilliant, is powerless without the physical means to bring it to life. The world is running out of chips. Specifically, the highly specialized, powerful processors that are the engines of artificial intelligence. These are not the simple chips in your toaster. They are marvels of engineering, containing billions of transistors etched onto silicon wafers with near-atomic precision. They are the hardware that gives software its power, the physical substrate where digital intelligence becomes a tangible force, and we simply cannot make them fast enough. Behind the headlines of artificial intelligence breakthroughs, a quieter crisis is unfolding, one that could define who leads the global economy and who falls behind. This isn't a distant problem for tech giants alone. It's a bottleneck that threatens to stifle innovation across every sector, from autonomous transportation and medical diagnostics to climate modeling and national security. The very progress we celebrate is creating a chasm between our digital ambitions and our physical capacity. Demand is exploding. Every new AI service, every smart device, every connected car adds to an insatiable global appetite for processing power. Factories are under pressure. The world's most advanced semiconductor foundries are already operating at maximum capacity, a multi-year, multi-billion-dollar endeavor to build even one new facility. And entire nations are racing against time, scrambling to secure their own supply chains and invest billions in domestic manufacturing, recognizing that semiconductor sovereignty is the new geopolitical imperative. This is not just about technology, it's about the fundamental building blocks of modern society. This is about supply, power, and control. The ability to access these chips determines a nation's economic competitiveness, its military strength, and its capacity for future innovation. The race for AI is not being run in the cloud. It's being fought on the factory floor, in the design labs, and across global shipping lanes. Because in the age of artificial intelligence, whoever controls the chips controls the future. For years, artificial intelligence was a concept confined to research labs and theoretical discussions. It was the stuff of academic papers and niche pilot programs, a promising but distant future. That future is no longer distant. It has arrived. Artificial intelligence is no longer experimental. It is operational. Right now, AI is being woven into the very fabric of our global economy, becoming an indispensable part of the world's most critical industries. Across finance, defense, healthcare, logistics, and cloud infrastructure, AI systems are moving from pilots to production at unprecedented speed. In finance, algorithms execute trades and detect fraud in microseconds. In healthcare, AI models analyze medical scans with superhuman accuracy, accelerating diagnoses and drug discovery. In logistics, entire supply chains are being optimized in real time, predicting disruptions before they happen. This isn't a gradual evolution, it's a revolution in capability, happening simultaneously across every major sector. And every one of them depends on the same foundation: advanced computing hardware. The sophisticated algorithms, the vast datasets, the groundbreaking models, they are all inert without the specialized, high-performance processors that bring them to life. This hardware is the engine of the entire AI revolution. Because of this, the demand for AI chips is no longer theoretical. It's not a forecast in a slide deck or a projection for a future quarter. It is concrete, contracted, and immediate. The demand is represented by signed purchase orders, multi-billion-dollar capital expenditures, and legally binding commitments from the world's largest corporations. Orders are being placed faster than factories can deliver. The world's leading technology firms, cloud providers, and sovereign states are locked in a race to secure this critical resource. Lead times are stretching from months into years, creating a backlog of unprecedented scale. Companies are buying everything they can get, not for next year, but for survival. In this new landscape, access to computational power is no longer just a competitive advantage. It is a fundamental requirement for staying relevant. Falling behind in the hardware race means falling behind in AI, and falling behind in AI means risking obsolescence. This is not a demand problem. The desire for more computing power is insatiable and shows no signs of slowing. The world is ready and willing to invest whatever it takes to unlock the next level of artificial intelligence. It is a capacity problem. The core challenge is one of physical supply. The world simply cannot manufacture these advanced systems fast enough to meet the historic, all-consuming wave of demand. A fundamental bottleneck has emerged, and it is defined by the global capacity to produce the hardware that powers our future. At the heart of this global technological transformation stands one company, Nvidia. Once known primarily for powering the world's most immersive video games, it has pivoted with astonishing foresight, placing itself at the epicenter of the artificial intelligence revolution. This wasn't an accident. It was the result of decades of strategic investment in a very specific type of computing. Today, its chips power the overwhelming majority of advanced AI workloads on the planet. The parallel processing architecture that made video game graphics so realistic turned out to be perfectly suited for training the massive neural networks that underpin modern AI. From the large language models that generate text and code, to the scientific models predicting climate change and discovering new medicines, Nvidia's hardware provides the raw computational horsepower. This dominance has elevated the company beyond a mere component supplier. From the hyperscale data centers of Amazon, Google, and Microsoft to sovereign national AI strategies, Nvidia's architecture has become the default infrastructure of artificial intelligence. Nations now view AI compute capacity as a strategic asset, a foundational resource for economic competitiveness and national security in the 21st century. And building that capacity, almost without exception, means building it with Nvidia. As a result, demand continues to accelerate at a pace that has caught even seasoned market analysts by surprise. The generative AI boom has triggered a global gold rush for processing power, and Nvidia is selling the picks and shovels. This unprecedented demand is not because of hype or speculation. It's because, for the most complex and valuable AI tasks, there is currently no viable replacement at scale. The company has built more than just a chip. It has cultivated a deep, defensible ecosystem. Its CUDA software platform has been the standard for GPU programming for over a decade, creating a generation of developers and researchers fluent in its language. This powerful lock-in effect means that switching to a competitor isn't just a matter of swapping out hardware. It would require rewriting years of code and retraining entire teams. For the foreseeable future, the market is absorbing everything Nvidia can produce and still asking for more. This has created a supply chain under immense pressure and a geopolitical landscape where access to these chips is becoming a point of contention, turning a Silicon Valley company into a central player on the world stage. Despite record investment, production cannot be expanded overnight. AI systems are not simple devices. They are massive, complex assemblies. Each advanced AI system requires specialized wafers, advanced packaging, high-bandwidth memory precision manufacturing, and deeply synchronized global supply chains. Some of these systems weigh tons, contain millions of components, and require years of planning. This is why the constraint is not capital. It is physics, logistics, and time. Nowhere is this pressure more visible than in China. Despite geopolitical restrictions, demand for advanced AI hardware remains extremely high. But the reality is clear. China cannot rely indefinitely on external suppliers. Restrictions have accelerated a strategic shift. Domestic chip development is no longer optional. It is inevitable. Even if partial access remains, the long-term trajectory is set. The process has already begun, and it cannot be reversed. This is not a regional issue, it is global. Every country that relies on artificial intelligence now faces the same question. Do we secure supply or accept dependence? Chips have become strategic assets, like energy, like rare minerals, like defense systems. Supply chains are no longer neutral. They are geopolitical instruments. Faced with uncertainty, Nvidia made a decisive move. Instead of depending on uncertain markets, it recalibrated expectations. China was removed from long-term projections, not as a weakness, but as discipline. Any sales that occur now are considered upside, not dependency. This strategy reflects a deeper reality. The global AI market is so large that even without full access to every region, demand exceeds supply. Production targets are rising dramatically. Next-generation architectures, larger data centers, and more powerful AI systems are already in motion. The goal is not incremental growth, it is exponential scaling. But even with aggressive expansion, supply may remain behind demand for years. This imbalance defines the next phase of artificial intelligence. The greatest fear in financial markets is not lack of demand, it is uncertainty. Investors question sustainability, but the companies deploying AI are not slowing down. Budgets are committed, infrastructure is being built, long-term strategies are locked in. The concern is not whether AI will be used, but whether enough hardware will exist to support it. Artificial intelligence is not limited by algorithms, it is limited by silicon. The future will not be decided by who writes the best code, but by who can build, supply, and scale the machines that run it. This is the new race, a race measured not in ideas, but in factories, logistics, and power. And in this race, hesitation is not caution, it is surrender.